Hello and welcome to BQ Pramami Raldadia. Overall, the positive momentum in the markets does continue in today's session as well. A lot of stock specific action is what we are witnessing. To discuss what one should be doing, joining us on the show is Saurabh Jain, Equity Head Research at SMC Global Securities, joining in. Saurabh, good morning and welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning, Geetan.
Saurabh, let's start with one of the newbies, Zomato. Now you have ONDC, where clearly they've got into a war with Zomato and Swiggy, and they are looking to disrupt the food delivery market. Food at a cheaper rate than Swiggy and Zomato. How big a deal is that going to be for a Zomato, number one? And two, you have a lot of downgrades in terms of valuations that are coming in for a Swiggy. How are you looking at a Zomato?
See, it is a very competitive space. Still, these companies are finding difficult to make money on the table. I mean, see the kind of losses they are posting, and on top of it, this ONDC coming up. I mean, it is still yet to gain traction. But yes, people are coming to know that you can get food from the branded, outlets at a cheaper price than what Zomato and Swiggy are selling. So it is a kind of a serious threat. Plus, one has to keep in mind that these businesses are yet to make profits. So yes, I mean, it is a very competitive space. Along with, if you look at from the equity perspective, the valuation is still expensive. What it looks to me. So I think it is a space to be avoided.
So a space to be avoided. Moving on from the paint makers, you have a Kansai Nerolac, which reported a fabulous set of numbers. If you see the profitability, that has jumped four times. They've announced a bonus also in the ratio of 1:2. What do you make of a Kansai Nerolac, number one? And in relation to the way the numbers have come in, how would you look at the other ones, like even for that matter in Asian Paints?
I think if you look at the bellwether, that is Asian Paints, they have seriously disappointed in the last few earnings. I mean, they are hardly able to grow their volumes, and the pricing pressure was also there. Profitability was also not growing at a pace at which the valuations are. I mean, the Kansai Nerolac numbers give us a bright light. I mean, look at the numbers. Seriously, they have come out with a fabulous set of numbers. The kind of a growth they have seen in the revenues and the profitability. Plus, the company is quite hopeful of the growth coming from the various verticals, like from the real estate, from the industrials, from the automakers, and they are now saying that they want to expand in a cities with a population of close to 50,000 or 55,000 people. I mean, they are looking for approximately 200 crore worth of capex. So I think the numbers are very good, and it is a kind of the numbers are pointing towards that Kansai Nerolac can be your portfolio stock.
Right, so portfolio stock with regards to Kansai Nerolac. Similarly, Pidilite as well announced numbers. What's your view on the earnings, and what would you advise an investor to do?
See, the earnings are not coming at the pace where I think the investor would like. See the kind of valuation it is trading on, 100 times multiples,
Hmm.
I think 18 times to book value, and 7% kind of a growth in the revenue. Though the company is quite optimistic of the of its nature of the business. I mean, the various verticals are showing some kind of a growth. They are cautiously optimistic too, but I think from the investing point of view, I think there is quite a little left on the table. I mean, if you invest in the Pidilite, the valuations are not giving that amount of comfort which one requires to for investing. So I think if you have it, you can hold it, but it cannot be a fresh buy.
Okay, not a fresh buy with regards to Pidilite. Moving on, MGL reported numbers again, a fantastic set of numbers. What's your view on an MGL, and in turn, if you look at IGL as well?
See the kind of growth they have achieved. I think a good double-digit growth in the CNG volumes.
Hmm.
The PNG volume clocked in a middle 10-digit growth. I mean, 5-6% kind of a growth. They're clearly given the benefit of the lower prices because of the government formula. to the investor to the buyers also. So the kind of growth they are witnessing, it is quite impressive. The stock is making fresh high, giving itself an impression that the market is looking at quite optimistically about the future ahead. So I think if you have it, you can hold it, and for fresh addition, you can buy on dips.
Right. Moving on, you have a UPL which posted numbers, again, a weak set of numbers in terms of profitability. And clearly, if you see in terms of the management as well, what they've indicated is that they will maximize volume that will be coming out of the plant and compete aggressively now in terms of FY24. Does that give you comfort to enter a UPL at current levels?
See, in total game, I think the margins can be is expected to be sacrificed. If you clearly see this time around, there was a pressure in terms of sales growth and also pressure on the raw material side also. Plus, there are some seasonality changes which has happened because of which the revenue growth hasn't come up to the expectation. The only point, the positive which was seen in the earnings was the repayment of the debt. I mean, they have a good amount of debt on their balance sheet, which they are able to reduce because of the good amount of cash flows that they are having. But I think we have to wait for a quarter or two how this seasonalities plans out, and whether the company will be able to protect on their margin side.
Right. Moving on from there, if you see another counter which has reported numbers is a VIP Industries. What do you make of the earnings and what would you advise an investor to do?
See, VIP posted a good set of numbers. I mean, on the because of the some exceptional loss,
There
I
was,
think
yeah,
they have incurred loss on the bottom line. But I think if you look at if you take the holistic view of the travel and tourism industry, I mean the company is expected to do well. Plus, they are also focusing on their marquee brands. So I expect VIP to post good set of numbers going forward.
right. And very lastly, Saurabh, if you have to look at a Reliance Industries, throughout the year, last year it was pretty much flat. There was consolidation. We have now started to see that up move that is coming in. However, there has been weakness in the refining margins on the indifferent global demand and sharply higher Russian exports. Are you expecting that to reverse on the back of the Chinese demand? And if yes, does this warrant a buy at current levels?
See, you have to look at the different verticals for the Reliance industry. There, the company is quite optimistic in their O2C business. Their retail business is also doing very good. The retail segment has posted a good amount of double-digit growth. The Geo platform is doing extremely well. They are able to post good set of numbers on the EBITDA side. So if you take a holistic view, I think Reliance will always remain a portfolio stock.
Right. Moving on, we have some more time. So, how are you looking at a Coal India? Because overall earnings have been impacted, but that's again on the back of the wage cost. It's always been a dividend yield stock. What would you advise someone to do with a Coal India?
See, this time around, when the cost of money is going up, people, the flavor has dividend yield stocks did find a flavor, and so the coal area. But if you look at the business, I mean, the coal prices have been dropping in the last few months. They are making fresh lows. But if the summer season, what is expected, if the harsh weather conditions prevail, I think then these coal prices may get bottom out, and that will eventually help on their incremental profitability increase in the coal area. So I think there is a good amount of room available to make gains if you do investment in this stock. I expect the stock to reach approximately 270 to 80 levels.
Right. One more, counter I want to talk to you, Saurabh, about is a ITI. Now, clearly, the government of Maharashtra has okayed a TCS-led deployment of 1 lakh BSNL 4G slides, right? Now, for this, again, ITI is one of the participants as well, who've actually, as a consortium, who've given out the bid. Do you think it's a good buy? Because clearly the stock is seeing some good traction today.
think it would be a game changer for the company like ITI. We have to look, if one has to keep wait for a while. I mean, want to see how the order pans out for the company, and whether how they will be able to say convert into the revenue and the profitability. One can wait, but I think market is sensing that there is a good future lies ahead for the ITI, and that is why the pricing has changed on the buses.
Absolutely, because they almost have a 20% reservation in network procurement. Although the company has proposed to use equipment supplied by the TCS led consortium that includes the core network gear from the government owned Center of Development of Telematics. So, overall, I think that's going to be another stock to watch out for as well. So, a lot of movers and shakers in trade today. Thank you, Saurabh, for giving us your views as well and a direction to the investors from here on. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you.